Hi, my friends. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Cori. This is Cori, and it's Wednesday, and Wednesdays are, I need to start calling it Wednesdays with Ava, because Wednesdays is when I work on Ava's challenge for the month. This month's challenge is Houses October Built. And so her challenge this month is to cross stitch or do your crafting with a house. So I have this cross stitch that it is a DIY cross stitch kit. I don't know if I named it or if they named it, but it's Red Cottage. This is one of the first kits I got, and it's from One Day Saving. I got that about in October, and I didn't start it till February. It's an 11 count 40 by 50, and at the time I paid $8.11 for it. So we'll get into that in just a minute. I have not put this one on floss drops yet, so that's going to be something to deal with. But let me real quick go over, since we last met on Monday with the Stitch With Me, my progress is on, this is a house that October built. This is just the monochrome house by Stitching Jewels that I got from Etsy. And I also got, because I joined her Patreon, I got another pattern from her for free. And I don't think I've uploaded it yet. See, but I'm trying to, there. So this is the haunted house by Stitching Jewels. Stitching Jewels design on Etsy. So this has been fun. I can't count, guys. So a lot of this has already been buzzed on just this little bit. It's been some budging. What I did is, if you can tell, the stitching over here is heavier than this stitching up here. It's because I started using the floss from that kit that I unboxed yesterday at it was the antique sewing room that ended up being a counted cross stitch instead of a stamped cross stitch. So I just took that DMC 310 out of it and started using it over here, because I was going to have to get more 310 for this, one way or another. So if I have to buy it for that kit, fine. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but anyway, I just tucked a little note in there and said I took 310 out and put it with the haunted house. So if I ever deal with it, I'll know what happened. Anyway, but it is fuller, so I think what I'm going to try, I'm not going to redo this. Hopefully it's not that noticeable. But if I still think it's noticeable, I'll do something about it. I've thought about maybe just putting one more strand over what's there to help bulk it up just a bit. But it is noticeably, I may not be on the camera, I can't tell really. Doesn't look as obviously different there as it does looking straight on. And maybe when the whole thing's done, it won't be noticeable. But I am going to continue with this thread. Just because that's the easiest thing to do right now. I don't have enough of the 310. I was going to have to get it. The other thing that I have been working on this week since Monday is I've done a little bit more on the summer sampler. Some of you encouraged me to keep going on it, so I will. I am so close to finishing the colors. I'm on this color right here, the last color, number 21, and it's all this green symbol, and it's going to be white, this white color. So there's quite a bit of that left to do. I also need to go back and do the black, because the color number 1 was black, and I realized early on that I didn't really want to put the black in first, because it being a dark color. I did the anchor and I did this part of the shell, but I didn't want any problems with that, so I put that off to last. There's quite a bit of back stitching, and there is also a lot of mist. There's this color right here wasn't mist. I ran out of it, that color, so I'm gonna have to go looking for that color. I think that'll be easy to substitute with a similar color if I have to, but I think I can probably find that color somewhere else somehow. So that's how my summer sampler's going. I do want to go ahead and finish it because it is so good to have finishes once in a while. And that's why I've been getting smaller kits, is so that I can have finishes once in a while. But that's pretty much all I've stitched on the last couple days. So, this houses at October build. This one, I think I've not done much on this one because of how much confetti there is. It is going to be a difficult one to do a stitch with me. I've got to find a solid color and work on it in that area, because I need to think about what I'm saying, not what I'm stitching, when I do a stitch with me. Okay, the symbol that I have decided to work on is this. See if I can get it to come into view for you guys. There's this purple greater than sign, and there's a lot of it through here. There's a lot. And so I'm going to start working on that. Maybe I'll start up here and just kind of work my way down. It is a gray color. This is the color. It's color number, over here, it's color number 8, which is DMC 535, and there's the gray color. I really like it when they do this. It does help. It's very helpful to me. So, I'll start stitching and start jabbering, and I want to thank all of you who have come and for the stitch with me today. I love it that you're coming to visit with me. I hope you can enjoy your stitching or whatever it is you're doing while I jibber jabber away. I want to welcome my new subscribers and thank my old subscribers. It just blows my mind away that I'm gotten as many as I have, because I feel like I'm just silly old me, just trying to stitch, not an expert by any means. I'm just kind of muggling along, trying to find my way in the cross stitch world, and I it just blows my mind. So I want to thank you all. Today's been a kind of emotional, busy, up, down, all around day. It's been kind of crazy. I usually get up and record first thing in the morning, but I was awoken with a phone call very early from my son. I didn't hear from him yesterday, so I was glad to hear from him. And I'm overwhelmed by the events that are happening around the world. It's just driving me crazy. It just comes down to, why can't people just get along? I just don't understand it. It just, one nation says they plan to annihilate the other nation, and what did they think would happen in return? They made efforts like they're going to annihilate another nation, and then they're surprised when they get annihilated, you know? Uh, it just... It's hard for me to comprehend that much hate. And yet I feel the anger and emotions as well. And it just... I don't understand how generation after generation, this has gone on for thousands of years, and it just seems like it can't change for whatever reason. It just can't change. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that new conflict that has arisen. It's not new. It's the oldest conflict known to man, probably. But it's just overflowed over the weekend, and it just seems like people could somehow learn to get along with each other without wanting to annihilate each other. But I'm not in the thing. So, I hope I covered that without being too political about it. It's been a busy morning here besides that. We had to go into town, and of course, out here in the country, we don't have anybody come out this far to take our garbage away. And since a lot of times we're in a drought, we're under a burn ban, we can't burn our garbage. We have a garbage pit, and I used to be the one in charge of it since it was actually on my property. And we did that for a while. The only rule I had was, I'll burn the garbage, but you have to put stuff in the garbage that's burnable. Well, out of the area has dwindled. All my family used to live out here. There's like five houses out here. There were 5 households. Now we're down to 2. But they didn't follow the rule of only putting combustible stuff in there. You know, what's combustible? It's simple. Wood and paper. And it ended up being a mess. And then we had one time the fire got away. We were able to, without getting help from the fire department, we were able to stop it. But when that happened, I said, okay, we're just not gonna, with drought conditions often here, I just decided we're not going to do that anymore. So we take our garbage to the dump. And I'm off the screen again. Maybe I need to move the camera up. See if that works. Okay, sorry. I don't know how long I was off screen. But anyway, so we took the stuff into town, and while we were in town, of course, we do other errands, take care of things, and get a few groceries and whatnot. Yeah, there's a little saga going on with my TV that I bought, that my son gave me for my birthday a month ago, more than a month now. I wanted to try to make it work for me because I didn't want to go through the trouble of reboxing it and sending it back. But it became a problem because I do subscribe to several channels that are on Roku. But the Google Play TV that he got me, it's Google Smart TV that he got me, didn't support that. So I thought, well, I'll just get a Roku attachment that you can plug it into your HDMI and get the Roku. The problem with that was I still had to communicate through the smart TV, and sometimes there was difficulty. It took a long time for the smart TV and the Roku to do what they needed to do, and it was forever an issue. It wasn't smooth. Like, my other TV uses a Roku attachment, but there was no difficulty. It accepted it, and when I could just use Roku like it was the TV, which is what I do. But with the smart TV, it wouldn't let me do that. The Google one, I think the Google one probably does it on purpose. They want you to interact with their stuff. And so they kept trying to override the Roku. That's my interpretation of what was happening. So I wanted to get the TV that he had ordered. He had ordered me a Roku TV, but they didn't send a Roku TV. It turned out being a really big mess, because when I went, they gave me an address label to print off, and I took it to UPS, and that was supposed to be it. I send the TV back. They send back the TV that I ordered, that he ordered, Daniel ordered. I don't know why I keep saying it might me. It was him. And he was the problem, because he didn't want to deal with this mess either. But anyway, so the label that they used didn't work. They wanted $300 shipping. Well, the darn TV costs $300. So I wasn't shipping the TV back. If that's the case, I'd just go buy another TV rather than pay to have it shipped back. So, which of course I can't do, but anyway. So then I tried to call the company. Well, when I tried the number that they had, it was a resident. They didn't know what I was talking about. So Daniel gets a hold of Amazon and talks to Amazon. Amazon looked into it. Well, the business that supposedly shipped it lived in an apartment in Fort Myers, Florida. And so it was a private address, a private phone number, and something was fishy, because when you give an address return label with Amazon, it's supposed to be postage paid. And so they looked into it. Long story short, we're getting a refund for the TV, and the TV didn't have to be sent back. So we're dealing with that today. Daniel went and ordered me another TV, and it's ready for me to pick up at Walmart whenever I get around to go do that. So we don't know what we're going to do with the Google Smart TV. Daniel may keep it. He's trying to decide. He wants it, but he's a truck driver, so when's he going to use it? It won't fit in his truck. It's so big. So maybe we can sell it from Facebook Marketplace or something. We can sell it and get it. I don't know how much money you can get on a resale like that. That's brand new. But anyway, that's an option. The other option is I basically live in my bedroom. My house is not climate controlled. And I live in South Texas, where it's either really hot or really cold. It seems like there's not many days in between. And so the only room that's really climate controlled is the bedrooms. But we could put the TV up in the living room and have one out there for those occasions when we are able to use the living room. So it's just too expensive to have this whole house climate controlled. When I'm perfectly happy just stitching away in my bedroom in my little stitchy chair and watching my TV when I'm home. I think I'd be perfectly happy in a tiny home if I didn't have a lot of stuff. But, so I'm worried because he says the TV he has ordered for me to pick up at Walmart is even bigger than the one he already bought. So, I don't know if it's even going to fit in the space that we made for the other TV. But Daniel said this is what you call love bombing somebody. Where you show them you care so much that it becomes a problem. And he assured me that he hopes it causes me all kinds of problems. He's just a funny kid. Anyway, so I have been love bombed, you guys. My child with a wonderful sense of humor has love bombed me. But so that's what's happening in my world this morning. I was going to show you my tabby cat. I don't know. I don't know if it's on this tablet or not. I got this one from Stitching Jewels as well. And this is the one I got for free because it was No, it's not on my tablet yet. I really got to learn to just open all my stuff on my tablet instead of my phone. Because then I got to get it transferred. And my tablet is where I need them to be so I can stitch them. I figured out a way on Pattern Keeper. One of the issues that you have with some of the patterns is they send a lot of other stuff with the actual pattern, and that confuses Pattern Keeper. So I was having a hard time because when I opened my Adobe, I think part of it's because I don't have an Adobe account. But when I open the patterns in the PDF, they won't let me eliminate pages. I haven't figured out how to, let's put it that way. But I found out that if I print the file to knocking you guys all over the place. Can y'all tell I don't know how to explain it. I'm hyper agitated. I don't know what you call it, but I am just like go today. And anyway, so I found that if you save it, send it to your printer, only you on my thing when I send to the printer, you also have the option to send it to a PDF. And when you do it that way, you can choose what pages you send to PDF. And so that way you still have the original file, and then you have another PDF that has just the actual chart in it. And so I was able to do that with Anna Green Gables, because that was the one that I was getting in 3 sections. And so right now my Anna Green Gables is, I think I did that on my phone, so I can't show you. Yeah, I did it on my phone when I was experimenting. So anyway, so I have it right now. It's a black and white monochrome, but as soon as I enter the color of the threads into the legend, then it will show up in color. So anyway, that is a trick that maybe helps some of you guys that deal with Pattern Keeper and have had the problem with the pattern not transferring. Okay, you can just eliminate all those paper pages before you send it over, because then it tries to tell you they're not all the same size, and then you have to re-grid them every page, every grid. You have to do it in their little grid thing, and that's something that I have been lucky at doing a couple times, but as a general rule, when it has to do that, I'm like, oh no, this one's not going to work. I have gotten it to, but a lot of times I can't. So anyway, so that is just a tip for the Pattern Keeper people, who some of you may know more about it and can help me with that. Because like I said, I'm just learning these things. So I got a little bit of this gray area in it. But I think I'm going to be off to go get my other TV. It's ready for me to go pick up over there at Walmart. And I am going to be on my way, hustling down the road. And take care. And I'll see you again in the next one.